My name is Julie and I make and sell cards, and today I'm going to make an easel card with most of these materials. I don't have it exactly, I don't have an example yet, so I'm kind of going with it. This was my inspiration, this piece of paper, that as well as this one, and they were all cut from one piece. Came from this set called Perfectly Paired, and this part here, which is kind of hard to see, and even looking at it in the catalog, I would not have thought of this card, but something when I looked at this cut like this in real life, I thought, oh, it just gave me the idea here. So I'm gonna make an easel card, like I said, so I'm gonna get started. Most of my pieces are cut, but not all of them yet. Okay. So an easel card is a top fold, and so the measurements of the actual base are 4 1/4 by 11, which I have here. I just cut it at 4 1/4, and then I'm going to turn and score it at 5 1/2. So this is my base, and I'm using this pool party color that is like a blue-green color. And then it folds back in half. So half of 5 1/2 is 2 3/4. No. Yeah, 2 3/4. I hope. I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna score it again here at 2 3/4. So this is gonna be my front. And then I'm gonna fold it back. So now when it opens, and then I'm going to place another piece on top so that there's a full sheet on top, and that is going to be the full size, which is 4 1/4, which this already is, by 5 1/2. I hope that's making sense. Okay, so this is what is left over from that original piece, and that's the only part I don't need. So I'm going to glue this here, so when you look at it, it's a regular card, but then it flips open and it will stand up, and I'll have a little mechanism to help it stand up. So this is what it looks like. And then this part, these two pieces will be glued right here. All right, well, let's put it together. So this is going to be my inside piece, and I'm not going to cut it yet because I don't know the exact sizes yet, because I need a mechanism to help it stay up. So I'm going to set that aside on here on my trimmer because I don't need that yet. Okay, so now I can kind of assemble. Most things are ready to go. I'm going to set aside my base, and I'm going to do the front. And I know I have this piece, which I've already cut down to 4 by 5 1/4 so that I can have a little border here. So a little border. So I'm going to glue that on. I have a little border, like I said. And then the next part here, I wanted to put some ribbon or twine, and I ended up on this coordinating color. This is Strawberry Slush, this little bright pink. It actually sometimes, when I see it on my camera, it looks almost orangey, but it's really, I guess it has a little hint of orange, but it's more pinky. So I'm going to tie a bow, and I'm going to have the bow go right along that line. Hopefully. I'll glue it down after, once I can get my bow all together. Nope. Try again. And I want my bow off to the left side, so that's why I'm going here. Okay. Tying a bow while filming is different than tying a bow when not filming. So, so oftentimes I tie my bows ahead of time. If I did more fancy editing, I would definitely pause right now. But my videos are very low budget and low editing. Okay, this is a possibility. Nope. Okay, what is going on here? through. I do know how to tie bows. Okay. And I keep it on the thread so I don't waste so much of it. Okay, this is finally working. Even though I am wasting a lot of extra on that end, but it's all twisting. Come on. There we go. It's still twisting, but I'm gonna live with that. Okay, so now I just have to find my scissors and trim my bow. And I will attach it a little bit more later because it won't necessarily stay there. So now, actually, before I attach it, I'm gonna bring in the sentiment. So I had this circle. I have this little bin of circles that I cut for some other project and then end up not using. So I just store them that way to save them. And I found this one in here this morning. And I thought that had some texture to it. It's kind of foiled with some flowers. And I thought that was fun. And then I found, for a sentiment, because I wanted to make this a birthday card, this set of sentiments that are the saying something ephemera. I could have stamped happy birthday on it, but I thought this, you are the icing on the cake, was kind of fun in the same color. So here I go. I'm going to attach that. And I'm going to pop that on dimensionals, which I know, I don't have a ton left, but I do have some. Well, I have plenty elsewhere. I just don't have a ton left on this because I use dimensionals quite a bit. Okay. Just kind of rip some off the edge here. And notice I'm putting the dimensionals with some space in between so that I could put it on top. It's thin enough twine, little ribbon. It's not thick, so, but usually if I go over ribbon, I leave the middle so that the ribbon is there. All right. Okay, so now my front is finished. Actually, I'll set that aside and I can do the inside. So the mechanism here that helps it to stand up is going to go here. And I decided I wanted this pretty coordinating pattern, but I needed a little bit more. So I am, just to have a little bit more height. So I'm attaching it to this piece of two-tone cardstock that's coordinating in color, but is going to be all hidden. So you could do any color. It could have been white or something else, just for a little bit of extra thickness there. It's not much extra thickness, but it's some. And now, to bring back my dimensionals, and I'm going to pop this up so that the easel can sit up on that. Or lean against it, I suppose. So it gives it some height down there. And I'm putting it towards the bottom-ish of the, oops, here we go. Kind of layering it so I have a little even on all of the sides. So now I need to bring back in the white side, and I was thinking, I wasn't quite sure what size this should be. Maybe I might do a 3.5. Make it 3.5. Okay, that's pretty good. Not bad. Okay, so that's going to be the inside where I was signing. I'm going to bring in my stamps, and I'm going to put happy birthday on the inside. Happy birthday. And happy. And I'm going to use the coordinating color of Strawberry Slush that goes with the colors that are on the outside. What did I do? Sometimes I just like to line it up before I put the two. They're two separate photopolymer stamps, but just to see how they will look on the card, to see my spacing. When you have two different stamps together, the spacing can be the trickiest part. This one's a little textured, so I'm going in between this part here so I don't have a little, doesn't mess up my stamp here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now I'm ready to glue in this. And kind of layering it around. Ready to attach. And when I attach, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to, see this flap here? I'm going to glue just on this side so I don't accidentally glue on a spot that I don't want to glue on. And then it looks like I'm gluing this to the inside of the card, but I'm not because it will go here. Okay, so the only other part I want to do is put a little glue dot over here to keep my ribbon in place. So I have this teeny tiny little glue dot that I'm going to put right here where I want the knot of my bow to stay. Okay, and so now I can open my card and you can see a little bit, but I think it's kind of fun to see the twine here, and then it will hopefully sit up. Oops. There we go, on this, because it's an easel and that will rest here. And one more thing I need, I have to go grab our sun embellishments because you need a little bit. I'm going to bring in some coordinating colors of the strawberry color. Oops, not that one. And then, whoops, one down here. Okay, and my bow has been giving me a little bit of a hard time. Okay, so that is my easel card. And it sits upright. All right, thanks for watching.